So what are my takeaways from day one at the Bitcoin conference in Vegas? Well, day one is what's called an industry day. So it's mostly people in the industry, exhibitors, and press. And if you bought a whale pass. A lot less people on day one than there will be on day 2 and 3. As a matter of fact, I learned that they sold over 30,000 tickets. But today I got to talk with a lot of the exhibitors. And I got to listen to whatever speakers I wanted. I imagine seating is going to be much more difficult tomorrow. And one of my takeaways was that there are a lot of Congress people that are pro-Bitcoin, pro-crypto. The first panel I went and watched was literally 3 senators sitting up on stage. There's only 100 senators. And I believe there's even more than that here, more than 3. The last speaker of the day, though, the last fireside chat of the day was the one that really captivated most of my attention and most of everybody's attention. I'll get to that in a second. I also listened to Vivek Ramaswamy. He's trying to be governor of Ohio, and he really wants to implement financial literacy into public education, which I am extremely for. But the last speaker of the day, last fireside chat of the day, was the Winklevoss twins, and David Sachs, the crypto and AI czar. And they went through a rundown of how they've gotten to this point, where David Sachs had hosted a Trump dinner at his house with about 100 people over a year ago, and it's gone from there to here. And he also, David Sachs, he talked a lot about how they've been progressing with everything from the Strategic Reserve Bill, all the different bills they have going through. And he asked the audience, check this out, he asked the audience, he goes, I think a lot of this can be done by like August, and I'm actually thinking if we get all this stuff done, like I don't know what to do next. So he asked the audience, one guy screamed about no capital gains tax on crypto. And the audience cheered, but they kind of brushed that one off, giving me the sense that that's pretty unlikely. Sorry. But the thing that really came up that they really talked about was how to start acquiring Bitcoin, how the United States of America can start acquiring Bitcoin. And they went on about that for a few minutes. That was the big one that they really talked about in terms of what to do next and what to really put on the agenda and really hammer forward. And you got to understand, if the United States of America openly starts, say, selling gold to buy Bitcoin, or whatever they do that is budget neutral, if they start acquiring Bitcoin, do you even understand, can you even comprehend what's going to happen? Possibly. Not financial advice. But if the United States of America starts having an open Bitcoin acquisition plan and they start doing it, talk about the Bitcoin race, the space race, the Bitcoin race. And there's only 21 million Bitcoin. So I think that's something to really, 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 really keep your eye on. I know we've talked about that, but it seems to me that the crypto czar, it's very much on his agenda, and he just took a poll with the Bitcoin conference audience, and he realized that's something we really want, and he seemed very enthusiastic about it because he's a crypto guy too. He was a crypto guy before he was ever the crypto czar. And that was the end of the day. And now I'm sitting here in a chair reporting to you kind of the highlights of the day. It's a slower day on day one. It's more of an industry day. Day 2 and 3 will be bananas. I mean, we're talking tens of thousands of people in here. I don't even know how they're going to do that. I don't know how that many people are even going to fit in here. It's going to be like Disneyland on Christmas Day or something, packed. But I'll report to you. I'll show you what's going on. There will be other great speakers up. But seriously, the cryptos are understanding and seeing and agreeing how important and how much he wants, as much as we want, the United States of America to start acquiring Bitcoin. Keep your horns on, buddy.